Hello, everyone. We are live here this week on the Horsemen Hangout. No, I am not Y2 Jussie. I am not Mr. Justin. My name is Rue. I am subbing for the host this evening. Justin couldn't make it, so I'm taking over the reins of the Horsemen Hangout, so to speak. Let's meet our panel this week. We have, as always, old school horseman there, Mr. Z. How you doing there, Z?
I'm doing all right, Mr. Ryan. Looking forward to tonight's show.
Good to see you, Z. Good to see you. By the way, guys, let me go back to me. Please ignore this. Obviously, I'm not Justin. My name is Rue, a.k.a. the Ryan Patrick on Twitter. That's not me, but I don't want to mess around with that toolbar, so just ignore that. Our next panelist we have, as always, another old school horseman, Mr. Michael Lane. How you doing, sir?
Woo! I'm doing good. Well, I was just showing this a few seconds ago. There's my Ric Flair autographed DVD from 10 years ago. So, take a look at it, ladies or gentlemen here. So, there it is.
Ladies?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching this show, hopefully we might have an audience. You never know.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lane. And also, let's introduce our next panelist, Mr. Mark Golden. How are you doing this week, Mark?
All right, guys. How about you? Good evening.
Not doing too bad. Thank you for accepting our invite and coming on the show once again.
Always a pleasure.
Also, our final panelist, Steven, a.k.a. Triple H Guy 2004 on Twitter. Steven, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing good. It's good to be on the show tonight, guys.
All right, very good. Thank you, Steven. All right, guys, might as well start off how we usually started off with the fallout from the pay-per-view and Raw. Of course, Sunday night was Extreme Rules from WWE. We saw a few notable happenings occur. I want to get into a couple key aspects from Extreme Rules. Just get your take on the pay-per-view and Raw itself. Of course, the thing that sticks out in my mind is that new character called Little Johnny. I don't know what school he trained at. I don't know if he went to wrestling school, but he creeps the hell out of me. Mr. Lane, what do you think of Little Johnny?
I think it was a fresh approach, basically. You know, I thought it was fresh and something different that the Wyatts were doing. It was, let's just say, another secret weapon within their arsenal. You know, when you had the kids singing the song the previous week, and then it looked like John Cena was going to win the match, and then you have that little Wyatt thing that some people like it, some people don't like it, and I get that. But it was a very, very good ending to the match, I thought, personally. A very surprising end to the match. And then you had that kid who had that little weird microphone. I know they probably altered his voice, whatever, but I thought it was pretty cool. It was good.
They totally altered his voice. I mean...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
I mean, because you had that botch in the back. They showed a promo in the back, and you could clearly hear the kid's voice, and then they had that dark voice go off.
Right.
Yeah, I did notice that. That was a big-time audio botch, Steven.
Yeah.
That was Ole Anderson's voice, probably.
Probably.
A la the Shockmaster, yes. Yeah. In terms of other notable happenings that happened within the last few days, we want to talk about the great match there at Extreme Rules when the Shield went over on Evolution. Mr. Z, what are your thoughts on the Shield getting these babyface reactions? Obviously, they're being booked as babyfaces, but what are your thoughts on the Shield after Extreme Rules?
I really like
the Shield. On Evolution.
I really like the Shield, and I thought that was a great match. I thought last night was a great match again. The Shield and the Wyatts, they've been working together the past few months, putting on great matches on Raw. Yeah. The match at Extreme Rules with Evolution was awesome, I thought. It had big spots, you know, Ambrose and Rollins going over the ropes like they did again last night on Raw. I really, really like the match. I really like where the Shield's going. I saw John Sturgeon this weekend. He was on the Hangout a couple weeks ago, and he informed me that the plan moving forward is Roman Reigns Triple H at SummerSlam.
Well, I had no idea. Quick question for Mr. Thank you, Z. Well, quick question for Mark. Mark, if you watched Raw, do you feel that the segment where Evolution got their heat back on the Shield was needed, or do you think that was unnecessary? Did you see that segment first?
Yeah, I think it's it was necessary if they're going to continue in a program together, either in singles competition or in tag team action. If they're not going to have any more matches together, then it wasn't necessary. I think Triple H. A lot of people think he buries the talent, but I think he has no problem putting them over. I mean, he jobbed to Daniel Bryan. He took the Superman punch last night. They lost at the pay-per-view. But if they do have a match plan at SummerSlam and they're going to continue on throughout the summer in a program, then sure, it makes sense for Evolution to get some heat back. Absolutely. I have a theory that if Batista is leaving, I think that Sheamus might be joining Evolution. I kind of thought of that last night.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Sturgeon again told me that the plan is for Sheamus to go heel, so it would make sense for him to slip into the Batista role once Batista leaves for Guardians of the Galaxy.
All right, very, very good. I'd like to bring up another thought from Raw. We saw the debut, or at least the on-screen debut, of Mr. Adam Rose. Personally, before I get your thoughts on Adam, a little cheesy, a little over-the-top character, but I actually liked it because it was a little different. You know, you had the mascot rabbit coming out there, and might not be the best idea, but at least it's something different. They're trying something that's outside the box, and maybe the fans were already chanting along to his theme song, humming along, whatever you want to call it. So, Steven, what did you think of Adam Rose's on-screen debut last night?
Well, I think it was just too quick to really get a, real good feel on him. I mean, he just did that, little boot or whatever he did to the guy's face. He didn't really do too much, and he just sucked on a lollipop the whole time.
I did see that. I didn't really get the point of, or how that fits his character, that he's sucking on a lollipop. But Mr. Lane, did you catch that segment of Adam Rose last night?
Yeah, it was just a party segment basically. We haven't seen the guy legitimately wrestle yet, in an official match. I don't think he's wrestled in an official match yet.
On NXT, I think they're banking on the fact that the fans are watching NXT on the network.
Yeah. Well,
he was a character before that too.
Yeah. Well, I've seen his little a lot of little things that he was doing on NXT with the parties, and I saw that backstage when they were doing the NXT shows and whatnot. So, basically, as far as he's concerned, Mr. Rose is concerned, I want to see more of his character. I want to see what else he's got beyond the party character. What can he wrestle? Can he wrestle for a potential title down the road?
We'll have to see if that's the case.
We'll have to see, We'll see where it goes from here.
Right.
Anything else I want to cover from Raw? Did we lose Mr. Z?
No, I'm here.
Z's still here.
Lost your feed there. All right, but overall, I think it was a pretty solid couple days of action. I didn't see too many flaws there. I do have to say, though, I'm so sick and tired of these mini segments. I want to say El Torito and the mini Wee Ladder, whatever they are. I don't know. They're not my style. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be comical, but that's not my kind of humor. Did anybody on this panel find the El Torito segments and mini matches entertaining in the slightest? Who likes these things?
Well, it's been a while since they've had the little man, wrestle in the ring. Basically, you see those. You see the little people that will wrestle every here and there, for the entertainment purposes. It's been a while since WWE has done that, so basically.
Mr. Z, buy or sell on El Torito's tail?
I'll sell. It doesn't interest me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his tail either. Mark Golden, I know your taste pretty well in terms of wrestling. I got to say, you can't be a fan of these El Torito segments, are you?
No. I mean, I thought it was clever.
Yeah.
It was like Jerry Smaller and Micro Cole. I mean, I chuckled, and even Ed Ferrara tweeted that it would have been funny if they had mini EMT came out to rescue, to save them if they got hurt during that match. It was humorous. I mean, it wasn't part of the main show. It was on the pre-show. Heck, the little guy did a high cross body through a table. I mean, it wasn't. No. I don't care for that kind of thing. No, I don't like comedy in wrestling. I really don't. And yeah, I could take it or leave it, really.
Yeah, I mean, and before I move on, I just want to. I think the joke gets old after 10 seconds. Okay, we get it. They're small. They're doing flips. I mean, no offense to those guys. They're busting their butts. No disrespect to the actual workers, but just not my cup of tea. All right, guys. We're going to move on to the next segment here. This is the segment I want to call Fantasy Matchups. It's a new segment that I want to start on the show. Probably the only time.
One thing I want to add real quick. There was a picture that one of the announcers, the midget announcers, took of himself, a selfie, and in behind him, you saw Cena talking to the Wyatts in the empty arena. So that he posted it online. So he's in some deep shit over that.
Uh-oh.
Not good. Not good. Mr. Lane, did you want to take a selfie?
Nah, not right now.
Neither do I. All right, guys. Next segment, briefly, called Fantasy Match that we haven't seen ever in the history of pro wrestling. This week, maybe the only week we do this because I'm hosting this week, of course. But the match that we've never seen, obviously, to start, would be Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan. The fantasy matchup that, in my mind, millions of people around the world wanted to see, and we never got to see. And I don't think, frankly, that we're ever going to see it because it's just not the right time.
We will never see it.
So, just briefly, you can, guys, keep your responses very short, but
I'll try.
and realize we're all smart fans here, but I want you to give me your opinion on how this match would go, who would go over, who do you think would win, and where do you think this match would go if it were to happen, and would it be successful? Let's start with Steven. Steve Austin versus Hulk Hogan. How do you think that match would turn out if they ever booked it?
Did you ask me?
Oh, I'm not.
Steven.
Oh, Steven, you hear that?
Oh yes, I heard that. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. I would think Stone Cold Steve Austin would go over. That's my hope.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that too. Mr. Z, how do you feel about Hogan and Austin? Who will go over?
Well, I think it would depend on when exactly the match took place. If it took place in the heat, in the height of the Attitude Era, Austin would go over. However, when Hogan came back and was headlining Mania against The Rock, even when he was against HBK in the early alt years, I think they would probably have Hogan go over, given the fact that he's the older worker. But both of them in their prime at the height of Austin 316 and Hulkamania, I think Austin goes over.
Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Mark Golden, how do you feel about fantasy match? Who would go over?
I would definitely have to say Stone Cold. I think that a stunner and a 1-2-3 on Hulk would do more for a crowd pop and for any big show than a Hogan leg drop on Austin. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Stone Cold fan. I just think that's what they would do.
Yeah, I tend to feel that Austin should go over whatever happens. I mean, for a long time ECW fans like myself, I mean, we knew the promos that Austin cut on Hogan prior to coming to WWE. I mean, I just wish that would have went down, but it didn't. Mr. Lane, real quick, Austin or Hogan, who's going over?
I would say, I would say probably Stone Cold Austin probably if it was Hollywood Hogan, but if it was Hulk Hogan, it would be an interesting match. But I would just say, probably Austin would win. That's
very good, guys. By the way, let me ask you guys: are you guys hearing a reverb or an echo?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Yeah, really bad.
Really bad feedback.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that
Anyone have that doesn't make sense? I don't know why.
Yeah, and I was hanging out with Mark and Steve a couple days ago, and there was no echoes, weren't there, guys?
No. No, we didn't have any. And I had the volume on the TV too.
Yeah, when I clicked Mark's talk right now.
Hello.
Yeah, your reverb is pretty fine. I don't know why everybody else is. Oh boy. Let's see.
I think it's Steven's game.
Steven, you have one?
What?
Even yeah, that volume marker. Maybe that.
No, I don't. I have it on mute.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. So. All right. Well, we'll move. All right, guys. Oh, this is so annoying. It's killing me. Oh man. This is like it's almost like we're Mr. Cricket right now.
Repeater.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody calls into a radio show and they're listening to the radio show, and then you can hear what they just said 10 seconds later.
Exactly. And the quick fix to that is to turn down your volume.
I've got nothing on in here. The TV's on, the volume is off.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to move on here myself. Next up, we might as well do the trivia right now, right? If you guys can hear me. Question I can't. I don't know who the reigning trivia champion thus far. I'm not sure.
Rue, I can't hear anything you're saying.
There's your problem.
All right. Let me see if I can. All right, Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane says.
Yeah, it is awkward.
All right, let me see if I can change this. 1 second.
This sucks.
Yeah.
Why don't you try inviting Mr. Zorzi back? I think he might be the problem today because he said he can't hear you.
Built-in microphone. Well, I can't hear myself here.
No, I don't think I'm the problem. I've been doing this every week. The problem is when we talk, we get a loud echo. I can hear him, but it's hard to understand due to the echo.
Oh, correct. Let me technical difficulties from the Horsemen Hangout. Let me just give like 1 minute, and let me see if I can take away this echo. If not, I'm going to have to call it early. Let's see. Adjust bandwidth settings. This is awful. Control room.
I'm sorry, I thought you just said you couldn't hear Ryan, that's all.
Let's see. Mr. Lane, can you say something right now? Let me hear how yours is.
1, 2, 3, 4. 10, 2, 3, 4.
Mr. Lane, this is on your phone. You know this, right? All right, guys. Well, it looks like we have some technical difficulties this week. If I get this, I will go back and talk this over. But as of right now, I can't do the show with this kind of. I'm thinking to myself, maybe the host, maybe this is a rib to me. Forced to have this awful and ruin the show. I wouldn't doubt it. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to end this hangout. Thank you guys for making this been a disaster. All right, guys. Let me try to get this fixed. We'll work it again. Thank you, guys.